Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here, and welcome to This Week in WoW for the week of December 3rd. Before we get started, let's first thank the Patreon supporters. We have Mario Casillas, Rep Pally Rocks, Nick Rada, and Peter Burnham. Thank you guys very much for the support. Appreciate you guys very, very much. Alright, let's hop in and talk about what's going on in-game this week, which unfortunately is not a ton to talk about. This week, let's go through the events and stuff first. We do have the Darkmoon Faire going on. Once again, this is pretty much pertinent until you have your profession knowledge maxed out. You can go to Darkmoon Faire and do that. That's the number one thing. And obviously, there are other things to do there as well. Mounts, prizes, all that kind of stuff. And hopefully a revamp coming in the relatively near future. Perhaps even in the next expansion. Maybe that is when we will get that Darkmoon Faire revamp. And maybe a little bit more updated, a little bit more... to modern times as far as graphics and stuff like that go. Not graphics, but just like some of the games on there are pretty outdated. We also have the time walking dungeon event, of course, because we're still during the anniversary here. So classic time walking. Delve's bonus event is back. So this one was actually worth doing in my opinion. I always say the world quest one's worth doing, except for in Shadowlands it wasn't. The Delve one seemed like it was worth doing, especially if you have alts. We have PvP Brawl, Warsong Scramble. That's obviously the best one to farm that reputation if you want or need to do that. And then Pilgrim's Brownie should be over, I believe. Yeah. And so as far as events go, then there is also this Wanderers Festival. This is just a really mini micro. They call them micro holidays. Again, nothing too big there. You can RP around it or something, I guess, if you choose to, but nothing big to do there. We are obviously now in December. I normally don't talk about this because I don't think it's like a big part of the game or anything, but I actually I'll mention it just because I really like some of the rewards on the trading post. I'm a big Christmas fan. Maybe I'll share some pictures of our living room or something because I love Christmas. Is the stuff that I bought still on here? Yeah, so you can get all these Christmas items in here this year. I think this is cool. I know some people think this stuff's lame. It takes them out of the fantasy world or whatever. I love this stuff. This is one. I need to have an outfit around this present on the two-handed mace. I love this stuff personally. I'm just a huge Christmas fan though, to be completely fair. So I did want to mention that real quick just because I had just done that and I thought that was cool. Christmas is also getting a revamp. We'll talk about that more in a couple weeks here when the event goes live. But the event also got updated pretty... not a ton, but a decent amount for the Feast of Wintervale holiday in game. Again, there's basically not been really any news coming out. This is kind of normal. We talked about this last week. This video won't be long because of that. Not a ton to do, especially right before the holidays. A lot of vacation time and stuff is taken by the employees, of course, and then after that into January, February, that's when things start ramping up again. And that's just kind of the normal way it goes. That's kind of where we are right now. Not a ton to do in the game right now, unfortunately. But that's okay. What have I been doing? Well, I've been trying to still work on the secret. So I've seen some really positive comments about the guides I've tried to make for the secret thing. It's kind of a labor of love for me. To be completely honest, I could just keep making Rep Paladin videos. I could just post, 2 million DPS Mythic Plus video or stuff like that. But honestly, I love doing the secret stuff, and so I like making those guides and getting comments from people saying, "Hey, this guide is the best one. This is the only one I've read or watched and actually understood what to do." That's why I make stuff. That's why I make the Rep Paladin guides too, right? Is I do think I am pretty good at explaining things, even if I'm a bit verbose sometimes. But I do think I am pretty good at explaining things, and if I can help you out, the fact that I helped out a handful or a few handfuls of people, that's great. If I helped out 1,000 people, that's great. If I help out 20,000 people, that's great. But that's why I do those. So it's kind of a labor of love. I know it's not my normal content, and it just come flying in out of nowhere, but I love doing it, and so that's what I do on this channel. I do my World of Warcraft stuff, and I do the stuff that I love to do, which happens to be multiple things in the game. So I've been working on the secret still. We're on the 9th orb still. I've tried a bunch of my own theories to no avail. following along other people's theories. I think other people have amazing theories, and their theories aren't working out either. But it's a tough step, and it'll probably all make sense once it's finally figured out. But this is the dev said this is the hardest step, so I've been trying my best working on that. And then when it comes to World of Warcraft, the only other thing I've been doing really, I did play a little bit this week on retail, because other than the secret finding, because I did at least want to have something in my vault this week, and I have one more piece of gear I need to upgrade. So I did play a little bit of retail, but I have actually been playing hardcore since it's fresh again. Probably just going to do that a little bit until Plunderstorm comes out, which is something I love to do a lot more than hardcore. But I made a Horde character over there. I made an Alliance character, then I switched to Horde because everyone's playing Horde because of like the streamer thing, the OnlyFans thing. Coincidentally, I have been streaming that. If you want to check me out on Twitch, it's neekapkilla. I'll put the thing in the description below. I don't like cross it too much because there might be a time where I'm not playing World of Warcraft on there, and this channel is for World of Warcraft, and so I'm not gonna be like, hey, come watch me do something not World of Warcraft on this channel. So I'll put that down there if you do want to come check me out sometime. Just playing hardcore. I'll probably play Plunderstorm when that comes out, streaming that as well. Things that I like to do, basically. So I've been playing hardcore, working on secrets, and a little bit of gearing. That's all I've been doing. Guild is making very good progress on Silken Court. That could die next week. I don't think it will die next week, but we could be moving on to Queen Anserac next week. Very good progression on Silken Court. Definitely not going to kill Queen Anserac before Christmas or anything, but conceivably, could maybe kill it before the next patch, before we even get the rings and stuff like that. Oh, not the next patch. The next patch is in a few weeks. Mid-January, I should say. Basically when Plunderstorm comes out. Could happen. I don't think it will, but it could happen then, and that would be cool if that does happen. Yeah, just kind of chilling, enjoying real life, enjoying the holiday spirit, all that kind of stuff. Got to get Christmas presents for my children ordered and stuff like that. Yeah, just kind of living life, enjoying it, and still enjoying World of Warcraft, of course. But this is a slow time, and I look forward to January when there's a lot more stuff to talk about. I look forward for 2 weeks from now when the patch comes out or whatever, and we have those new rings, and I can theory craft and mess with those kind of things as well, and see what's the best stuff for Ret and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we'll just call it here since there's not a ton of stuff to talk about. Like I said, if you have a chance, check me out on Twitch. If not, it's not a big deal. Don't really care that much. And yeah, we'll call it. As always, I do ask you to please subscribe to this channel because it helps me out a lot. And other than that, everybody, have a good one.